Hello, everybody, and welcome to another installment of HTBL Baseball Season 1. Today we have the 20-9 New York Yankees traveling to Oakland to take on the Oakland A's. It's Game 30. We did the recaps of Game 29 for every team in our last episode, and we're going to start in the tradition of doing the recaps at the end of every game. So everybody's ready in Oakland, and it's time to... Here's your lineup for the Yankees. Tops in the AL East Division. Jeter leads off at shortstop. Earl Combs is the center fielder. Babe Ruth the DH. Lou Gehrig the Iron Horse at first base. Lazzeri push him up at second base. He bats fifth. Maris is in right. Posada is the catcher batting seventh. Winfield the left fielder eighth. Gil McDougall is the third baseman hitting ninth. And Ron Guidry will pitch. So the lineup again, Jeter, Combs, Ruth, Gehrig, Lazzeri, Maris. Lazzeri hitting fifth. Posada, Winfield, McDougall in that order. Guidry can go 120 pitches. Defensively for Oakland. And how long will the Oakland A's stay in Oakland? We do not know at this point. Hearing rumors they may move to Las Vegas, just like the Oakland Raiders did. Henderson's a 7 and a 5, 7 range and a 5 arm in left. Kotsay is a 7 and a 7 in center. Reggie Jackson, a 7 and an 8 in right. In this game, in the HTBL, he plays as an Oakland A and not a New York Yankee. Carney Lansford is a 5 at third. Miguel Tejada is an 8 at short. Dick Green is a 7 at second base. Gene Tennis a 4 at first. Behind the plate, it's Ramon Hernandez, who is a 6 and a 5 catching. And Jim Whitney, one of those 19th century pitchers who wouldn't normally be in an all-franchise league. That's why we have the draft, so everybody could draft 10 players from all eras. He's a 267. His range is a 3. His fielding percentage a woeful 869. So far, Whitney is 4-3 at 2.61 ERA, 62 innings pitched, 46 hits, a homer, 14 hits, 14 walks, 21 Ks given up, 21 Ks punched, I guess you could say. His WHIP is 968, and his opposing batting average right now is 204, so he's doing a little better than the averages say he should. Derek Jeter leading off. He's hitting .301, 4 homers and 18 RBIs. This is the 30th game for each team. Whitney deals to Jeter, and this is hit to right. Jackson going back. He catches it just in front of the warning track for the first out. Earl Combs, 298 right now, 2 homers and 22 RBIs. And this is right back to Whitney. He throws to Tennis for out number 2. That brings up Babe Ruth, the Sultan of SWAT, probably the most recognizable baseball player in history. 291, 7 homers and 22 RBIs. Probably wondering, what is this DH business? The pitch to the Babe, and this is going to be a base hit to left center field. Looks like Kotsay picked it up. And Ruth is no slouch, despite his seeming girth. On the base paths, he's got a 66% chance of stealing second as things stand right now. The throw to first is safe, and that knocks Ruth's average down a peg. We'll pitch to Gehrig now. 351 on the year, 7 homers, 38 RBIs. And this is going to be a base hit to right. Ruth is going to push for third and get there. And that brings up Tony Lazzeri with a 10-game hitting streak coming into this game. 382, 9 homers and 26 RBIs. So here's the pitch to Lazzeri. And this is hit well to center, but it hangs in the air, not a lot of distance. Kotsay gets underneath it, and that's out number 3. So Ron Guidry takes the mound for the Yankees. And we'll go through the Oakland lineup. Henderson in left leads off. Kotsay at center, bats second. Tejada at short, bats third. Reggie Jackson, Mr. October, in right field batting fourth. Jason Giambi, the DH, bats fifth. Tennis at first base, bats sixth. Lentz third at third, bats seventh. Hernandez catching bats 8th. Dick Green is your second baseman hitting 9th. Whitney can go 130 pitches. He only needed 11 pitches to get out of the first inning, despite the Yankees getting a couple of runners on. Defensively for New York, Winfield is a 9 and an 8 in left. Combs a 6 and 4 in center. Maris a 6 and a 7 in right. McDougal is a 6 at third. Gil McDougal. Derek Jeter is a 6 at short. Lazzeri is a 5 at second. Gehrig is a 7 at first. Posada is a 6 with a forearm behind the plate. Guidry has a 6 range and an 889. I'm sorry, he has an 8 range and an 889 fielding average. So far on the year, Guidry 450, 36 innings pitched, his record 3 and 2, 37 hits surrendered, 8 homers, 17 walks, 23 struck out. His whip is 1,500 and his opposing batting average 274. So unlike Whitney of Oakland, he has had a below average year so far in the HTBL. Speaking of below average, Henderson leading off for Oakland, 229. 2 homers, 8 RBIs, and so far on the year, Henderson has stolen 15. So Guidry will wind, and here's the pitch. Hit well to left. Can Winfield get to it? No, it's a leadoff jack for Ricky Henderson, and Oakland takes a quick 1-0 lead. How do you do, Ricky Henderson? We'll show you the replay of that, if I can find it. There it is. They're saying the ball went 349. I would say it might have gone a little farther than that. We were saying how poorly Henderson had hit coming into this game. Well, he changes that in a hurry. Homer number 3 for him. Kotze is your number 2 hitter for Oakland. 294, no homers, 14 RBIs. Strike 3, and Guidry picks up his first K of the game. Miguel Tejada hitting 227. 3 homers and 14 RBIs. And that's going to be a grounder, and McDougal has trouble with it at third base. They will award an error to him, E5, and Tejada on. I manage Oakland, and the computer manages New York. Reggie Jackson up. Reggie, 265 on the year, 2 homers, 7 RBIs. See if I can get Tejada a little bit of better odds of stealing second. And that's a strike, so his odds went down 18 points to 51%. 0-1 to Reggie Jackson. And this is hit to Lazzeri, who snares a soft line drive, and that's the third out for Oakland. We have played an inning, and Oakland with a 1-0 early lead. Jason Giambi. Well, hang on, folks. I called that a little too soon. We have 2 outs in the Oakland first, not 3. Here I go again. So Oakland still batting in the first, with my apologies for the error. Giambi has only had 23 at-bats this season so far, 217, a homer, and 3 RBIs. So now will Oakland get the third out? Ball 4. Tejada moves to second, and Giambi is at first for Gene Tennis. Tennis, 214 on the air, 3 homers and 9 RBIs. Tejada, not a great hit and run batter, only a 2 rating. So we're just going to play it normal. Grounder to the third baseman, McDougal, force at second, and now we have the third out of the inning. We have played an inning, and now we know we go to the second. The score 1-0, Oakland. Roger Maris up for the Yankees. 316 on the year, 3 homers, 22 RBIs. His OPS doing a little better than his averages should indicate. Whitney up for his second inning. He had 11 pitches in the first, as I mentioned earlier. And Maris skies this to right. Jackson with the putout. Looked like it was on the warning track, and there's 1 out. Jorge Posada Great catcher on those Yankees teams in the 90s and the aughts. 208, 3 homers, 12 ribbies. Let's see what Whitney can do with him. That's strike 3, and that's K number 1 for Jim Whitney. Dave Winfield up, who started as a San Diego Padre, highly sought by the Minnesota Vikings, a couple of basketball teams. A guy who could do it all. 238 on the year, 5 homers and 15 RBIs. You name the sport, and Winfield could probably play it. And this is hit to center. Kotsay will watch this bounce off the wall, and Winfield at second base with a double. Gil McDougall, the number 9 hitter now, up for the Yankees. 292, no homers, 4 RBIs. He's only had 48 at-bats this season. So Whitney will work to McDougall, and that's strike 3. K number 2 for Whitney in the inning and in the game. We've played an inning and a half. It's 1-0 Oakland. Carney Lansford now up for the A's. 250. He's only had 4 at-bats all year. He plays third. No homers, no RBIs. And he has not had a big sample size. Let's see what Guidry can do with him. And that's a walk. Lansford aboard with the base on balls. Ramon Hernandez now up for Oakland. 319, 3 homers, 11 ribbies. And I'm going to take this pitch. 0-1. Which actually ups Lansford's odds because we're going to do a hit and run. Grounder foul. And now the count 0-2 to Ramon Hernandez. We're still going to do the hit and run. And he's out. Stolen base attempt for Lansford goes wrong. That's a CS, caught stealing. And now Lansford erased. Hernandez now looking at a 1-2 count with 1 out. And that's strike 3 for Guidry, number 2 for him on the game. 25 so far this season. Dick Green, the number 9 hitter for the A's. 265 is his batting average. No homers and 4 RBIs. Pitch to Green is a strikeout. K number 3 for Guidry. So a caught stealing, a strikeout, and that dooms Oakland, who seem to have a rally going, at least with the first batter, in the second. We go to the third. It is 1-0 Oakland. Derek Jeter hitting the second time as the Yankees go through their lineup a second time. He's 0 for 1. And that's K number 3 for Whitney as he struck him out. Whitney at 29 pitches, still got a lot of legs in terms of stamina. Lefties should hit 248 off of Whitney, according to the averages, and righties only hitting 238. So Whitney favors facing righties, as a lot of right-handed pitchers do. Earl Combs is 0 for 1. And this is grounded to right field, a base hit, a base knock. Jackson scoops up the ball, and Combs is at first with a single. Back to the Bambino, Babe Ruth, 1 for 1. 714 career home runs for the Babe. Here's the pitch. And this is hit well to right. Speak of the devil, it's back, it's gone! Babe Ruth with the home run, and it's 2-1 Yankees. Only in the HTBL can you see Babe Ruth hit a home run off of a 19th century pitcher in Jim Whitney. So the Yankees take a 2-1 lead. Lou Gehrig, who is 1 for 1, steps in. He's now up to 357 hitting-wise. Grounder to first. Tennis will go to the bag unassisted. And that was the second out. Tony Lazzeri is 0 for 1. He of the 10-game hitting streak so far. Whitney deals. And that is a passed ball strikeout. They throw the first and they get Lazzeri. So the Yankees, with a Bambino blast, score 2 in the top of the third. And it is the Yankees 2 and Oakland 1. Ricky Henderson, 1 for 1 on the day. Has a leadoff homer to his credit. He and Babe Ruth have hit the home runs and have produced all the scoring in this game. The pitch to Ricky. And this is hit well to left. And it's ruled a foul ball. Kind of wonder if you had real managers, which team would Billy Martin be the manager for? He has been both in his managerial career. He was both at one point. He had several stints with the Yankees, but he also had a stint with Oakland. So it's 0-2 to Ricky Henderson, and that's K number 4 for Mr. Ron Guidry. I believe his career high of strikeouts in a game was 18 against the Angels in the late 70s. So Kotsay up, 291, no homers, 14 RBIs. 1 for 1 in the game. 0 for 1 in the game, I should say. And Combs makes him 0 for 2. That fly out to center. Miguel Tejada, 0 for 1, only hitting .225 to this point. And that's going to be a base hit to left center. And Tejada is again aboard. He wasn't aboard in the first inning. He is 1 for 2. And here comes Mr. October, Reggie Jackson. 263, but 0 for 1 today. The pitch. Hit well to right, but Maris will scoop it up. Side retired. We've played 3-2-1 Yankees. Speaking of Roger Maris, he is up, the number 6 hitter in the lineup. 0 for 1 today. Green to tennis. I was thinking Mark Texera was the first baseman for Oakland. Obviously, that's not true. And that's the first out. Jorge Posada is 0 for 1. And that's a little bloop single to center. And Posada is aboard. Not a great base runner. He only has a 19% chance of getting the second on a steal. Dave Winfield, 1 for 1. They used to call him Daddy Longlegs. That's a walk. First given up by Whitney today. He has 15 now on the season. And we're back to the 9-hole for the Yankees. McDougal is 0 for 1. And there you hear it. This is going to be an automatic out. Green with the putout, although they automatically declared an infield fly. Third time around for the Yankees, and we're only in the 4th inning. Derek Jeter is 0 for 2. Whitney at 58 pitches now. And now we have Jeter walking to load the bases. It's bases full of Yankees for Combs, who is 1 for 2. Right now he's hitting .301 on the season. Be careful here, Jim Whitney. Combs has 1 grand slam on the season, I'm being told. And something happens here. That's an error on Carney Lansford. The animation did not do the play justice. It was a grounder to Lansford. He booted it. Everybody moved up the base, and the score is 3-1 Yankees. Babe Ruth back up again. The last time he was up, he hit a home run. Let's see if he could hit a grand slam here. 8 homers on the year, looking for number 9. And that's ball 4. Everybody moves up the base, up 1 base, and the conga line continues for the Yankees. They have a 4-1 lead. They'll leave Whitney in for Lou Gehrig, who is 1 for 2. This is skied to center. Let's see how far it goes. Kotsay's going to make the play on it, and the side is retired. But the Yankees pick up a couple of freebie runs there, an error and a walk with the bases loaded, and the score is 4-1. Jason Giambi now up for the Oakland A's, the DH. Has not had an official at-bat because he walked in the second. The pitch. Grounder, base hit to right. Maris quickly there to scoop it up. Gene Tennis now up for Oakland. He is 0 for 1. Skied to center. Combs with the putout. And there's 1 gone. Carney Lansford up for Oakland. We're going to go hit and run here. Runner going. And Giambi is safe at second. That is his first stolen base of the year. Count is 2-2 now. to Lansford. Ball 4, so now runners at first and second for Oakland with one out. Ramon Hernandez, 316 on the year. And the count, well, there hasn't been any pitches to him yet, so there is no count. Hernandez is 0 for 1 so far in the game. That's a K. Number 5 for Guidry. Dick Green, 0 for 1. See what he can do. Jeter will just get the force at second, and the side retired for Oakland. We've played 4. Yankees up 4-1. Tony Lazzeri is 0 for 2. That's a base hit to left field. So Whitney really getting worked pretty good in these last few innings. Gave up 2 in the third, 2 in the fourth, and now the Yankees with a threat, perhaps in the fifth. Roger Maris 0 for 2. That's K number 5 for Whitney. I'm going to look ahead a little bit for Oakland and just check their bullpen. Eckersley is their stopper. And Jorge Posada now up 1 for 2, 1 out. Up the middle, a base hit that just kind of blooped in the center. Everybody moving up a base. Lazzeri at second, Posada at first. Here's Dave Winfield, 1 for 1. Little confab on the mound. And this is hit well to center, but Kotze will make the play, and the runners do not try to advance. 2 out now for Gil McDougall, who is 0 for 2. McDougall. And this is hit well to center. Can Kotze make this play? He can. And the side retired for the Yankees, who pick up nothing and will have to like it in the top of the fifth. And the Yankees still holding a 4-1 lead halfway through the game. Third time in the lineup now for Oakland, and here's Ricky Henderson, who is 1 for 2. Grounder to short. Jeter, Gehrig, 1 out. 144 game schedule we play in the HTBL. We're a long way away from the playoffs or thinking who will win divisions, but you got to think the Yankees are going to be there in the postseason. Kotze up, he's 0 for 2. And this is a grounder foul down the first base line. Kotze's batting average now at .288. Good bunter, good hit and run man. Grounder to the second baseman, Lazzeri, who throws to Gehrig, and that's 2 outs. Miguel Tejada is 1 for 2. Oh, a line drive right to McDougall. He stabs it, and that's out number 3. We have played 5. Oakland trailing 4-1. Derek Jeter back up. 4th time through now for the New York Yankees. He's 0 for 2. Whitney is going to cover first base as Tennis makes the play. 3-1 on the putout, and there's 1 gone. Earl Combs now down to .298. He's 1 for 3. Popped it up, and Dick Green's going to get to that. Second out. Ruth, who has 3 RBIs today, is your new hitter. 2 for 2. He had that home run earlier. And he walked in the 4th. Let's see what happens here. Screaming line drive, base hit. Ruth tries to leg out a double, and he does. So Babe Ruth has now had a home run and a double. He's got 2 parts of the cycle anyway. Lou Gehrig, 1 for 3. That's a base. No, a foul ball. A foul ball. I thought that was going to stay fair, and we'd be looking at a 5-1 game. But not to be. The count now 1-2 to the Iron Horse, Lou Gehrig. That's a base hit. Ruth will score, and the Yankees add another run, and it is 5-1. Now, if you're the Oakland manager, which for the purposes of this game I am, when do you start thinking about giving Whitney the hook? I got Lazzeri coming up. And I would like to get a reliever in there before too long. And I'm looking at my options. We're going to go Raleigh Fingers. We're going to get him in the game right now. So Raleigh Fingers comes in the 6th inning. A 150 ERA. He has one save. He has pitched 6 innings in total. 6 hits, 2 walks, 5 Ks, no home runs given up. His opposing batting average is .240, but his whip is up a little bit from its average at 1.333. So it's Raleigh facing Lazzeri. By the way, Raleigh has a 5 range and an 889 fielding percentage. Lazzeri is 1 for 3. The pitch to him. Skied to left. Henderson gets it. And the side is retired. So Whitney is relieved in the 6th. He pitched 5 2/3 innings. Figure Oakland needed a new look. We go to the bottom of the 6th. We have Mr. October up, Reggie Jackson, who is 0 for 2. Guidry is still in the game. He's at 91 pitches. So we'll probably see a reliever before that's over with for New York. And this is skied to center. Combs will make the play for the first out. Giambi is 1 for 1. And this is a pop-up. Thinking Garrick's going to get it to it. Yes, and that's 2 gone now. Gene Tennis is hitting 200 now. In the game, he is 0 for 2. Grounded to Jeter. Jeter made a good play. Almost got a parallel to second base, throwing it over to Gehrig to get the 3rd out of the inning. Top of the 7th now, and it's 5-1 New York. Roger Maris is 0 for 3. Fingers will stay in. He can go 80 pitches. He's at 5 right now. Grounder, Tennis, unassisted, 1 out. Jorge Posada is 2 for 3 as we near 7th inning stretch time. And that's K number 1 for Raleigh, giving him 6 on the year. Dave Winfield is 1 for 2. Skied to right. Can Jackson get to it? He does. 7th inning stretch time. And here's your box score so far. 5-10-1 for the Yankees and 1-3-1 for New York. Guidry doing a good job keeping the Oakland bats quiet. Jim Whitney started for Oakland and has been replaced by Raleigh Finger, who's done a good job. Raleigh Fingers, plural, for Oakland. Carney Lansford up. He has not had an official at bat today because he walked in the 2nd and he walked in inning number 4. The pitch. K number 6 for Guidry. Guidry has brought his A game. Louisiana Lightning, Ron Guidry. Hernandez 0 for 2. At batting average now at .313. Up the middle, Guidry, Gehrig, and the Oakland bats are just stone silent right now against Guidry, who's at 108 pitches. So you got to think Oakland's due for a rally here shortly. Dick Green, the second baseman, is 0 for 2. And that's a 4-3 putout. Lazzeri to Gehrig. We've played 7. Yankees 5 and the Athletics 1. Gil McDougall is back up for the Yankees a 4th time. He is 0 for 3. Fingers staying in. He's only at 16 of the 80 pitches. He can go without fatigue. And this is a grounder to third. Lansford charged it. And safe is the call. McDougal will get to first base. Infield single. We think it's an infield single. And that is the official scorer's call. Derek Jeter back up for the 5th time as the Yankees bat around for appearances number 5 for everybody. Jeter is 0 for 3. Derek Jeter, Mr. November, playing Mr. October today. That's skied to Henderson, and that's the first out for the Yankees, the Pinstripers, in the 8th. Combs is 1 for 4. That's K number 2 for Raleigh. And now Raleigh Fingers will face Babe Ruth. 8 homers, 25 RBIs on the season. He has one today to boost that total a little bit. A great hitter for contact, too. His average should be around 381. It's at 311 right now, which is nothing to sneeze at. So Ruth is 3 for 3, and he picks up a K, struck out by Raleigh Fingers. So now we have played 7.5. It's 5-1 New York. Ricky Henderson up as Oakland bats now for a 4th time around, because nobody has more than 3 at bats. And Henderson is 1 for 3. He had that leadoff homer, and Henderson on with a walk. Now, usually you don't want to move your runners with the score 5-1, but with Ricky Henderson, the greatest base stealer of all time, I'm giving him the green light. Winds up being an error, and Henderson moves to third. Let's see what happened there. Stole second to third on the error. So error number 2 to the Yankees. Kotsay is 0 for 3. Grounder, base hit to left, scoring Henderson, and it's 5-2. And the Yankee manager, wasting no time giving Guidry the hook, Jeff Shaw, is going to come in.
Pitching for New York, Jeff Shaw.
So the right-hander Shaw, 386 on the batting average, on the ERA, 4 2/3 innings pitched, 2 hits, no homers, 2 walks, and 3 Ks. His whip is 857. His opposing batting average 118. So he's doing well above expected. Tejada is 1 for 3. Oakland trying to get a rally going in the bottom of the 8th. And this is going to be a base hit to right. I'm going to keep Kotsay at second. We're just going to play it safe, because we got the man of the hour right now. And Oakland fans will hope he's too sweet to be sour. That is Reggie Jackson, who is 0 for 3. Crowd getting into it. You could hear the rhythmic clapping here at Oakland Alameda Coliseum. Didn't mention the weather, by the way. The wind is blowing out at 18 miles an hour. Temperature at 55 degrees, and that wind blowing out to right. And Jackson hoping he can pull one here. Here's the pitch. Strike 3, and it's K number 1 for Jeff Shaw. Jason Giambi with 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. He is 1 for 2. And this is hit well to right, but Bear is coming in hard, but it's a foul ball. And we have Tennis at first base. And you got to wonder if he'll be pulled for a pinch hitting situation here in the bottom of the 8th. Count 1-2 to Giambi. And this is going to be another foul ball, so the count will hold at 1-2. Shaw getting a workout here against Giambi. 5-2, Yankees leading, but Oakland has already picked up a run in inning number 8. Yankees have left 10 on base. The Oakland A's have left on 5. Here's the pitch. And it's going to be caught by Posada. No, I'm sorry. That's an infield single. It's an infield single. It's one of those teeny-weeny little hits. And now the bases are loaded for Oakland, and here is Tennis. But we have a fellow by the name of Mark McGuire, some of you may have heard of. He's going to come in. Mark McGwire on the year is only hitting 111 and 72 at bats, a homer and a ribby. But they don't call him Big Mac for nothing. Shaw's going to work to him. And that's K number 2 for Shaw. Carney Lansford, third baseman. We'll keep him in. He's 0 for 1. And this is hit to center. Combs with the putout. Great play. Great defensive play. So Oakland had a rally going but could only pick up 1. We have played 8. The score 5-2 Yankees. We leave Fingers in to pitch to Lou Gehrig, who is 2 for 4 on the day. Oh, I'm missing a first baseman. That is correct, sir. And we're going to put McGwire in at first. His range is a 6 and his fielding percentage 990. Gehrig is 2 for 4. And Gehrig aboard on a walk. Lazare is 1 for 4 today, so his hitting streak will continue on. 377 on the year, 9 homers, 26 RBI. So he's got more homers than Babe Ruth does. Lazare 1 for 4 in this game, and that's going to make him 2 for 5. A poor play by Henderson. Gehrig is going to move to third base, and Lazare to second on the error. So now you bring the infield in for Roger Maris, who is 0 for 4 today. Skied to right. Jackson will make a throw, but our odds are dim. Oh, it's an error on Hernandez on the pickup. So he scores. The runner scores. And it's now 6-2 in favor of the Yankees. We're going to keep the infield in for Jorge Posada, because we don't want to make it a 2-swing game here. We want to keep the lead at 4. And did Posada get on? No, Posada got on with a walk. Okay. With 1 out, we're going to play the infield halfway for Winfield, who is 1 for 3. Katse coming in hard from center. He makes the putout. And we're going to throw home because we got no choice. It's safe. Runner is safe, and it's now 7-2 Yankees. So big couple of runs there for New York to make it a 2-swing game. McDougald is 1 for 4. Grounder to Green, who throws to McGwire, and that's out number 3. So 2 runs for the Yankees, and they're a very big couple of runs. Gehrig scored to make it 6-2. Lazare scored to make it 7-2. So my mind was drawing blank on who was coming in. So we go to Ramon Hernandez, who is 0 for 3. He hits righties 275. But do I have any backup catchers? Let's see. I use tennis, so I'm stuck with Hernandez here. So we picked up Tim McCarver, and Oakland picked up Tim McCarver. We got to stick with Hernandez because I used tennis already. Jeter does not get Hernandez at first base. Infield single. 7th hit of the game for Oakland. The Yankees have 11 men that were left on base. Oakland with 8. Dick Green is 0 for 3. He plays second. Now here's a situation we could probably use a pinch hitter. We got Meyer, who hits 318. So Buddy Meyer comes in as a pinch hitter. 229 on the year, no homers, 11 RBIs. He has had 70 at-bats. Shaw will work to him. Grounder, right to Gehrig, throws to Jeter to get the out there. Back to the top of the order, and Ricky Henderson, who is 1 for 3. 5th time around for Oakland. And this is a grounder to Jeter. And they get a game-ending double play. 6-4-3, arrivederci. And the Yankees win 7-2. So that's how this game ended. It went in game time, 3 hours and 31 minutes. I have been in recording mode for a little over 40 minutes. Guidry the winner, 4 and 2. Shaw the save, his first, and Whitney the loser, 4 and 4. Errors made by Posada, McDougald, Lansford, and Reggie Jackson. And the MVP of the game was, of course, the Bambino, Babe Ruth. So now let's do our summaries and get you out of here. New York goes to 21 and 9. Oakland goes to 11 and 19 on the year. And we will automate the games being played for you. We'll have a national game for you for game 31. And it's going to go to the next page. And then we're going to come back and show you what happened on May 9th. I will tell you that our game next time on the Big Polly's World of Sports is, how about San Francisco and Cincinnati? We'll do that on our next installment. But for the games that were played on the same day of this Yankees-A's game, it was Houston 5-1 over the White Sox. Scott the winner over Walsh. Caminiti 3 for 4, 2 stolen bases. Tigers 5, Royals 4. Trout the winner over Lebrand. Guillen went 3 for 5. The Blue Jays over the Browns 4-3. Steve over Howell. Pierzynski goes 3 for 5, 2 doubles. The Twins beat the Indians 8-4. Minton over Kovaleski. Carew 2 for 4, 2 ribbies, and 3 got a triple. The 3 threw me off there. The Rangers 6-5 over the hapless Boston Red Sox in 12. Grimm over Papelbon. Teixeira. I knew Mark Teixeira was going to get into this somehow. He goes 4 for 5, a homer, his third. Cardinals 4 to go to 23 and 7. The Expos 1. Haddix 3 and 2 over Vasquez, 0 and 2. Vidro went 3 for 4, and the double for, I believe, the Expos. In 13, it was the Reds 8 and the Cubs 6. Williams 1 and 0 over Hernandez, 3 and 3. Wilson, I believe this is Hack Wilson, 3 for 5 and a triple. The Brewers 5-3 over Pittsburgh. In 10, Haas over Face. Eyes without a face. Billy Idol, 1984. Berger 1 for 3, a homer, his 15th of the season. He is leading the HTBL, and he had 2 RBIs. The Braves 7-4 over the Rockies. Glavine over Grimes. Cooper 3 for 4, a homer, his second, and 3 RBIs. In 11, it was the Angels 10. And the Rays 8. Shields over Carter. That's right. Shields pitches not for the Rays, but for the Angels in this HDBL. And Robinson 3 for 6. His 5th homer and 2 RBIs. You just saw the Yankees beat the A's 7-2, so we'll step over that. Seattle 6-5 over Baltimore. Hoft, 1-0 over Rucker, 3 and 2. Anderson 2 for 3 and a double. Arizona 4, Miami 3 and 10. Delgado over Looper. Gonzalez, I believe that's Luis Gonzalez for the Diamondbacks, 3 for 5. A homer, his 5th, 2 RBIs. Phillies 9 and the Giants 5. Another extra inning game. Baldchin over Nin. Rollins 3 for 6, 4 homers. Not 4 homers. A 4-homer game would be remarkable. 4 RBIs and 2 doubles. Padres 4, the Nats nothing. Hamilton over Taylor. Gwynn goes 3 for 4. And finally, the Dodgers 7 and the hapless Mets 1. Koufax over Cone. Green 4 for 5. His 6th home run and 5 RBIs. So you see some of the leaders. Billy Werber is still hitting 440. Wally Berger has hit 15 homers. Gehrig with 39 RBIs. Ruth has 32 runs. And in team scoring, the Yankees are far and away doing the best with 7 runs, and the Phillies right behind them at 6.2. Kenny Rogers leading in ERA with that .33. We have Pfeffer, Carruthers, and Alexander at 6 wins. And the top firemen right now are Quisenberry of KC and Sasaki for Seattle with 6 each. Nolan Ryan leading with shutouts with 66. Mullane has pitched the most innings by far at 85. And your team ERA leader right now is the White Sox, 2.78. So that does it for this episode of the HTBL. We'll try to be back in the next day or so with the game we agreed upon for our next episode, which will be San Francisco going to the Great American Ballpark to take on the Cincinnati Reds. This has been Big Polly coming to you, wishing you well. Godspeed, God bless all those people who had to deal with Hurricane and Tropical Storm Henri in the Northeast. If you are watching this close to August 23rd. We'll do it all again soon. Bye-bye for now, everybody.